Good day, ma'am. Here's our timeline about the historical development of the atom history. 300 BCE, Aristotle and Democritus. Aristotle and Democritus lived more than 2,000 years ago in Greece. Aristotle believed in four elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Democritus believed that matter was made of small particles he named atoms. Aristotle and Democritus used observation and inference to explain the existence of everything. So in 300 BCE, Aristotle and Democritus naguya sa Greece more than 2,000 years ago. Si Aristotle nagtuo sa apat ka elements: ang kalibutan, ang hangin, kayadyo ug ang tubig. Si Democritus usab nagtuo nga ang matter gihimo sa small particles nga ginganlan nga atoms. Aristotle and Democritus nagamit og observation ug inference para ma-explain ang existence ng tanan.
So in 1808, John Dalton discovered the atomic theory. Dalton experimented gas and its pressure, leading him to wonder about what the substances were made of. He carried out the 2,000-year-old mystery of Democritus and found that matter existed as atoms of different elements that have different masses. So John Dalton and the scientific method, Dalton proposed his atomic theory in 1808. Another century passed before the theory was universally accepted by scientists. So Dalton's atomic theory proposed that all matter was composed of atoms, invisible and indestructible building blocks. Where all atoms of an element were identical, different elements had atoms of differing size and mass. Dalton's findings distributed to the evaluation of the atom because of provide that matter is composed of atoms of different weights and combined a simple ratios by weight.
In Thomson's model, the atom is composed of electrons surrounded by a soap of positive charge to balance the electrons. Negative charge like negatively charged palms surrounded by positively charged pounding. The 1904 Thomson's model was disproved by Hans Geigers and Ernest Marden's 1909 gold foil experiment.
Ernest Rutherford in England, 1911, conducted an experiment where he bombarded metal foil with alpha particle. Rutherford was able to isolate positive particle in the atom. He also decided that the atoms were mostly empty space, but had a dense core known as the nucleus. Rutherford's model of an atom had electrons revolving around a center core nucleus which contained the positively charged proton.
So in 1913, Niels Bohr proposed a theory for the hydrogen atom. Based on quantum theory, that energy is transferred only in a certain well-defined quantities. Electrons should move around the nucleus but only in prescribed orbits. Bohr's theory could explain why atoms emitted light in fixed wavelengths. So Niels Bohr changed the atomic theory by realizing that the electrons did not crash into the nucleus as would be expected in physical physics. Bohr proposed that electrons were in energy levels such as ground states and absorb protons in certain frequencies to move a higher energy level or excited state.
1932, James Chadwick. In 1932, James Chadwick noted that the atom also consists of neutral particle called neutron. He also noted that the number of electrons equals the number of protons to make the whole atom neutral. James Chadwick discovered in 1932 that Chadwick made a fundamental discovery in the domain of nuclear science. He proved the existence of neutrons, elementary particles devoid of any electrical charge. Chadwick had many papers published on the topic of radioactivity and connected problems.
2017 Modern Models. Electrons move so fast that it seems to fill the space. with a cloud-like appearance around a dense nucleus. We also know that protons and neutrons are made up of 3 quarks each. A quark is a fast-moving point of energy, of which there are several varieties. So in 2017, modern models ang electrons kuno kay paspas ang movement na halos matabunan ninja ang space. Ang electrons kuno ang appearance amo sa ng cloud na nagpalibot sa dense nucleus. Kabayo sabtan na ang protons ug neutrons are made up of 3 quarks each. Ang quark amo ang fast-moving point of energy na naay several varieties.